Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. This is gonna be fun, this is gonna be funny. So this is a show that I've been wanting to do for some time, and it's taken some time to wait for the necessary material to come in, but it comes in fairly consistently. So we are gonna look at some of the funniest mean comments that I have received over the past few weeks. They constantly come in. Usually they just get blocked, deleted, whatever. But then I realized I'm missing out on some comedy gold here because some of these are just really amusing. So anyhow, I wanted to review some of my favorites today. You're not gonna wanna miss this. Welcome to Record-ology. I don't ask much on this channel, right? We respect each other, we're kind, we can criticize, that's fine. But some people, they don't like to play by the rules, which is why they have their moment in the sun, they don't reappear on the channel. But in their, going out in the sunset moment, they have some interesting comments to share, and I wanted to share them with you, and hopefully you will enjoy them as much as I did. So let's get started. First comment comes from Michael Dowdy, who says, starts off with a trio of shifty record players, LMAO. Now, this was on how to play a record. It's designed for entry-level people. Yes, I did purposely use Crosleys because people often start with Crosley. So my question is to this individual, what are you expecting? Welcome to vinyl. Let's start you off with, a $40,000 turntable. My guess is that Michael probably started with a record player that was, not the highest end. True, now he probably has moved on to, amazing things, but I doubt that it started that way. And obviously this video was designed for that. So it always cracks me up. The second you show a Crosley, Cruiser, or any kind of suitcase player, it's instantly, oh, that's unacceptable. You should be showing a 1200 Technics. That's the only acceptable turntable. And by the way, I had a comment very similar to that actually come in. Let's go on to the next one. For our review of the Victrola 8-in-1, Patrick Coughlin says, on the record player, the only thing missing is a catch tray for the stylus destroying the record. Interesting visual there, a catch tray. I kind of have to give him points for creativity because that was an interesting visual. The catch tray, I kind of like that. Obviously, this is, sort of perpetuating the notion that all-in-one suitcase players, anything with the ceramic stylus, is just a record grinder trying to destroy your records. If you are still of that opinion, I would recommend you to check out our countless videos where we've, really kind of disproved all of that and showed a lot of evidence to the contrary. But one thing that I have decided in my old age is that you cannot change somebody's mind most of the time. And certainly by arguing with somebody or just saying point blank, no, you're wrong, I'm right, you're never gonna change anybody's mind. So regardless of how many thousands of videos we have, there will always be people who know that a Crosley Cruiser or a wooden all-in-one will destroy your records. But the catch tray, definitely a thumbs up in terms of creativity. Not all comments, not all mean, rude comments make it to this show. Some of them are just, whatever, we just toss them out. But sometimes, if it's worthy of, sharing with you guys, yeah, we may pull them out and do another show. If you like this, by the way, let us know down in the comments, thumbs up. Moving on to my video on the 78 Secret, where we compared different ways to play a 78 RPM record, culminating with the Ortofon OM78. Really nice phono cartridge. I still have it back there, actually. Pete Leone 9665 says, anyone can get to the point in the title of a video, but very, very few can do a great rambling like this. Thanks. First a compliment, then a stab. I like the underhanded, passive-aggressive approach with this one. Sort of a compliment, sort of an insult, kind of meshed together. Really not sure what he was going for here, but it cracks me up. And it's very true. And we'll see this sort of as a reoccurring theme in these comments. I do tend to ramble, and you may be surprised that I actually do edit out quite a bit. I edit out massive amounts of rambling. So I take that as an actual bit of feedback, something that I know I need to improve on, which you will never, ever hear me say that I've got no room for improvement, all right? Never, ever, ever. I'm here to learn. I'm here to experience. So Pete, thank you so much, but that was kind of funny. Moving on to Stephen Parker, UV919YI, says, and this is on the same video too, this is on the OM78 video, this guy seems to think he knows everything. We older generation don't need instructions on how to use a record player. We were playing records before he was born. Playing vinyl is nothing new. Now, this is actually a pretty valid point because there is this use case that is presented with by a lot of manufacturers these days, that certain products, retro vinyl and audio products, can be great for older generations to enjoy music again. But you have people that are of an older generation that never stop, that are still very intrinsically involved. And, they know a heck of a lot because they've been doing it for decades. And I think that's where Steven's coming from. So it's a very valid point, because I have said in videos before, this would be great for a grandparent, et cetera, et cetera. That's a blanket statement I perhaps shouldn't make because, and that's not my intent, obviously. I'm a grandparent. The point is that, some people haven't thought about records in 40 years and might get a kick out of playing a record again. That's the point. But yeah, this guy seems to know thinks he knows everything. And the funny thing is, I have said over and over again, I never claimed to be an expert. I've never claimed to know, even some, if not everything. So Steven, thanks for the compliment or the comment. I'll take it to heart. Absolutely. Going forward to a review of the U-Turn Orbit Plus 2 years later. ELM Production says, U-Turn junk. Only one turntable on planet Earth. Technics SL1200 Mark II. And that was what I was saying earlier, because there are some people, this individual actually said it, but I feel that a lot of people in their mind say there's only one turntable on planet Earth that's acceptable, and it's a 1200. Good luck for, a kid just starting out in this, or somebody just dipping their toe on a limited budget, even, making it into the vinyl club, if they have to start with a, $1,200, $1,500 turntable right out of the gate. A lot of folks don't get the point of an entry-level turntable, a beginner's turntable. What an important piece that plays in the world of, getting people started. I heard a great analogy on this. It's vehicles. So this comment is like saying, you can't drive unless you can afford a Rolls Royce. Any other car besides a Rolls Royce is junk, and therefore you shouldn't drive it. But what if you are, a 16-year-old kid, just got your driver's license, and you've got $1,000 and you like I did, I bought my first vehicle. It was an old beat up truck. And what if that's all I can afford? Is it really, should I not drive anything until I can afford a $500,000 car? I still wouldn't be driving. That's the way it would be. So that's the same analogy for this. Should we not listen to records unless we can afford the best of the best? Back to the how to play a record video. Peanut Alvarez 5306 says, geez, shut the F up and get to the point. Damn, I love this comment. This made me laugh out loud. Again, I talk too much. I get it, right? So it's true. It is true. It's not a nice way to say it, but it is true. And I think that that's something I've improved on in recent years more so. I still got a long way to go. On my recent Beatles collection update video, Teddy Phillips 9669 says, hey, I like your channel, but you always talk about Beatles records. And when you say et cetera, all the time, it's annoying. But other than that, it's all good. Except for all those problems, it's great. I love it, except for all the things I don't like. Et cetera, yada, yada, yada. My little pausing, it's basically like saying but not saying and this cracks me up. That's funny. Besides that, I love it. I hate this, that, the other thing. I don't like you, but the show's great. Besides all that, it's wonderful. Thumbs. That cracked me up. On the Tantalin TE001 suitcase player, this got a lot of interesting comments. And one of the comments that people make on the channel fairly frequently in various ways is that we review too many turntables with entry-level mechanisms that are similar. And again, it's an entry-level channel. Some people can't wrap their brain around why that exists, that it exists, whatever. They cannot deal with the fact there's such thing as an entry-level market for record players. But, obviously we have reviewed a lot of turntables that share a very similar mechanism. They still and I'm going to do a video comparing different suitcase players. They're not all the same. I promise you, 100% fact, irrefutable fact, that there are at least 5 major companies making suitcase players that are different, and they are smaller differences. If you didn't see them side to side, I could see how you would think it's all the same thing. But once you do see it side to side, you'll see the dimensions are different, the fit and finish is different, and yes, indeed, the design and performance is different as well. But Cut and Chop says, good grief, the ratio is way off. Too many reviews with these types of mechanisms. This and the like mech has been beaten to death. More variety other than this type of plastic. Yawn, please. So they want to see some more, mid-range and higher end stuff. Again, entry-level channel, but we do try to keep it interesting. For sure. But the ratio is way off. Who decides the ratio? Am I trying to create content that has been decided upon a standard that I'm not aware of? I just put out there what I think is interesting, and hopefully you guys as well. Another comment on that same video, a Crosley Cruiser by any other name. And again, it's not, but people just will not let go. There's this conspiracy that Crosley is making these record players, selling them under, brand names like a thief in the night kind of a deal, trying to trick people into getting a Crosley Cruiser. Also, they can grind up and destroy your records, which of course isn't true, but people will not let that go. So anytime you show any suitcase player, it's a Crosley Cruiser by any other name. It's not. It's a different turntable. It's a different record player. It may not be any better. It may be worse. It may be better. I don't know. But let's check it out. Let's find out. That's why these things sell like crazy, because people like the style. They like the idea of having an all-in-one. They like the affordability. And that's a market that needs to be served. They're not out there looking for 1200s. And if they had to start at 1200s, they just wouldn't even join the community whatsoever. No vinyl revival. No records at Walmart and Target. You get the point. Same video, new comment by JAAP Vander 3787. At least you have something to throw in the trash. I don't want this for free. Now, JAAP Vander 3787, you clicked on this video. And in the thumbnail, it's pretty evident that it's going to be a suitcase player. For somebody who doesn't want this for free or anything to do about it, you wanted to watch a video about it. You wanted to see a review. So I'm thinking you may want it for more than free. But that's just my thought process there. At least you have something to throw in the trash. You got it, man. I've been looking for something to throw in the trash. So this comment went in the trash shortly after you were blocked. But no, I'm not really looking for anything to throw in the trash. This turntable did pretty good, actually. Then you got the comments from people who are, it's just kind of odd. Not necessarily mean, rude, or funny, but just kind of interesting. From you-need-this, the video is good. Thank me later. Okay, that's odd. That's really, really odd. Now, when this one came in, it was a comment to a short, and I forget. Oh yeah, I was talking about disagreeing with another YouTuber's comment, etc., etc. Yada yada. There I go again. Get your camera in a mirror, dude. What? Get your camera in a mirror. I think, as I'm reading through this is Savage 22 Bolt 32. I think they're trying to say, take the tree out of your own eye before you, pick a splinter out of somebody else. Basically, look at yourself before you complain about somebody else, kind of a deal. But an interesting way to put it, get your camera in the mirror, dude. Okay, cool. Here's my camera in the mirror. Haunted 107-year-old record video consistently gets comments. People saying this is not a haunted song. This is beautiful. Apparently I was playing it too fast. It was probably an 80 RPM record, maybe a 78. And I was playing it. Apparently somebody clocked it through my video. I didn't know you could do that at around 88 RPM. And I just basically, it sounded kind of hot. It sounded kind of creepy. I wouldn't want to listen to this in the dark, kind of a thing. So many people say it's beautiful, and that's great. Music is subjective. If you like it, that is wonderful. My opinion, I didn't like it, and that's okay too. But this comment cracks me up. Yes, everything old is haunted to stupid people. What? If it's old, it's haunted, is what stupid people say. Okay, if you whatever, you know. Back to the Victrola 8-in-1 record player review video. This one was a little bit more lengthy, so kudos to Kevin Donovan 5665. It's amazing how many people use what must be their birthday as the number indicator at the end of their name. Probably not, the wisest thing to do, in my opinion. Anyway, they say, you didn't record from CD. Can it play 45s and 33s? You didn't record from tape. Seems like a scam to me. Didn't even say what the pots are capable of. Yeah, scam. Didn't even record from CD. You can't record from CD. Maybe you could record to USB on this, which I'm pretty sure I did do in that video. Can it play 45, 33? Definitely covered that. Demonstrated both, I believe. You didn't record from tape. I guess you're talking about the USB recording capability. Seems like a scam to me. I think a lot of people didn't even say what the pots are capable of. So I'm assuming they were talking about speed adjustment pots, which on a wooden all-in-one, I don't even know if there would be pots on. Surely inside of it there would be trim pots. But very odd, very, very scam. I'm a scam because I didn't, describe what the pots are capable of. Again, a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their brain around, this is a review show. This is a review video that we do when we create these. So they're not like instructional. It's not like, hey, let's make a free user manual and instructional video for you. It's just my thoughts. You know what I mean? What did I think? What did I experience? What was this one like? And sometimes I will skip over a feature here or there if I like Bluetooth. It's so boring to review Bluetooth. Yep, it connects to Bluetooth, unless I'm doing it for the purpose of demonstrating potential sound quality, because that's a good way to do that. I always wonder what people are expecting to have happen in the YouTube verse. Like, what are they out there thinking should be coming their way in terms of content? Like, what do they think is happening here? It's just very, very, very interesting and intriguing to me. All right, on a video where I said, check out the newest Crosley Cruiser. This was when they came out, I think they're Gen 3. I have albums that cost 3 of these toys. Sorry, you're not going to be playing one of my UHQRs on that cheap crap. This is from P. Nichols 6500. Man, I really wanted to play your UHQR on my Crosley Cruiser. So good job by figuring out that that's what my ulterior motive was to do, was to play your UHQR on this cruiser, and you got me there. So that one really hit home for sure. Back to the Tantalin again from Sexy Tasman. Looks like a Crosley, all in caps. By the way, it's amazing how many people write coarsely. Is it coarsely? Or I think it's coarsely. Anyway, I think it's an autocorrect thing. Oh dear, another very poor record player. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Very poor, very poor. Very poor indeed. The very poor record player, oh dear, didn't have any problems. It sounded fine for what it was. It was an entry-level suitcase player. That's what it was. Did what it was supposed to do. What did you expect it to do? It's not going to be like Dolby Atmos. You know what I mean? This is an entry. What was this thing? Less than $50, I think. It's a cheap record player. It's just to get you going. And finally, I wanted to include, this is the 11th hour edition because this comment came in today. And it's actually 3 for the price of 1. 3 comments from Roland Doucette 458. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Left 3 comments on our review of the Crosley Eclipse. Said, you so love the sound of your voice. I do? I actually hate the sound of my voice. Most people don't like the sound of their own voice. I think the reason why, and I would not disagree with the notion that I, again, am wordy, but in my own mind, the reason why I do talk so much is because I want to describe things accurately. I actually want to, accurately communicate things. And sometimes I feel like I need to use more words. Sometimes I get the feeling that if I, am more brief, if I don't use as many words, that I won't be accurately conveying something. And it's actually worked, to the benefit of a lot of people too. We've been contacted by many, 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 many people who are vision impaired, who have reached out and said, your videos have been a godsend because you describe things so well that has really helped me kind of understand and see things when I can't see things. So that's that kind of goes both ways there. But you so love the sound of your own fecking voice. Thank you for self-censoring, by the way. I appreciate it. Next comment, same video, same person. A little preparation would be good. Very annoying. And that's another thing too, is that a lot of YouTubers will, sit down and research and prepare all of this stuff and truly make what ends up being not just a review video, but a video that is instructive, basically like a video version of the manual. And that's something I've always tried to distance myself from. I did that a little bit when I first started reviewing turntables, but over the years, I've really tried to separate from that. I'm not trying to make a polished review type of instructional video that covers every feature and demonstrates every feature. I want to do videos that are really just my experience in the room. What am I actually doing as a regular person who would open this up? My first thoughts, my impressions, what do I think about different things? And if there is something unique and interesting, just demonstrate that a little bit. So that's just kind of a different approach to what I've been making. And then finally, no, you are not making it quick. Because apparently I said I'm gonna make this quick. This shouldn't last more than 5 minutes. Too much blah, blah. Well, again, a lot of people think they know what I should be doing. And again, I don't want to be like, it's my channel, I'll do what I want. But at the same time, this is a creative space for me that I try to not just be informative and entertaining, but also this is a way for me to express myself in the way that I know how to best do that. And it will attract to some people and it will, not attract to others. If that's not you, that's fine. We thank you for stopping by. If it is, thank you. And I'm glad you're here. We're just here to have fun. We don't take it too seriously. And I hope you don't either. After all, it's a hobby. It's a fun thing. It's a happy thing. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Comments down below as always. My friends, that's going to do it for today. Happy record hunting. See you next time.